Chapter 22. Milam officially declared that she would abide in Tempest. While I have quantities of groundwork to do. First, what will Carrion and the other demon lords stance about this? Who knows, it might differ, you know. Especially, Clayman, there is no way they won't take precautions now that we have a promising force. But foremost, let's make sure no one would mess with Milam. She made a promise to me beforehand, but I cannot really rely on Milam's words. Her temper is like a wooden stick. If it's gobta and gabble it would be fine, but what about the damages it would cause? I have called the executives in the central plaza. Rigard and the others prepared a podium for our speech. In my front were the executives of this place and a lot of crowds gathered in front of us. Rigard called the townsfolk one after another. At least, 20% of the population was now listening to our speech. I think this is enough. With this number they can spread the info to others. Milam and I stood side by side in the podium with a microphone Vesta had recreated. I know this is sudden. But this is Milam, she will start living with us today. Please treat her with respect. Milam Nava Noda. And of course, her overwhelming power that created her reputation as the tyrant of destruction drove the turbulent fervency of the crowd. You can see Rigard crying in tears among the crowd. Is it really her? The demon lord Milam Sama, on flesh. That's the gist of their inquiries. Greetings. I am Demon Lord Milam Nava, I will be livin' with all of you starting today, let's get along. As she exclaimed in the mic that she just nabbed away from my hands. The whole central plaza burst in an uproar. Oh yeah, for these monsters these could be possibly interpreted as, Milam now was protecting them. Milam was now an ally. If you need anything you can count on me. As she declared that the uproar rises again to an unexpected level. I totally get them, having a demon lord powderkeg kamikaze at your peer is really reassuring. I mean, I told this earlier, what kind of fool would start a war with a demon lord? Mortid is starting a war versus a catastrophe class demon lord such as Milam. Wait, you're a catastrophe class too, right? Oh, she just heard my pointless mumblings. Note. Another note cause because people are gonna say this is another plot hole. Rimuru's rank is unrankable, but Milam and Rimuru just accepted it just as a catastrophe. Well, at least, I don't want something upsetting as prompt adversaries targeting me, so for now I don't want to declare that. At least, Milam said that in a low voice that nobody heard. Then let's leave it at that. But swear to me someday you'll hook yourself into the Demon Lord Council. You are amazing, with your abilities you can kick any Demon Lord from their seats. I promise, I promise. Then would you also swear that you'll back my seat? I promise. It's normal to support your friend, right? She asked with a slight ruddiness. I shrug. Then one question from the crowd stands up. Are Lord Rimuru and Lady Milam friends with each other? On that question, Milam fidgets a bit. My eyebrows furrowed outwards. I don't know what Milam is gonna say, so I'll say myself. We are best friends. Everyone, we are like besties. I can already see in a distance she'll say something misconceiving or throw a tantrum while wailing. On my statement though, the crowd's zeal just rose up again. And that's how Demon Lord Milam became part of the Kingdom of Tempest. Hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond. I just need to make sure no one pissed her off though. Or else, this kingdom will be burned to ashes. It didn't take that long for the cheerful Milam to get accustomed to everyone else. To be frank, it's been an hour since I introduced her to the podium and now she is splashing water with Xian. Can I really blame Xian? Despite Xian's womanly constitution, she is as juvenile as Milam when it came to her psyche. While Shuna and I just enthralled ourselves to the warmth of the bath. I guess I avoided Xian and the others suddenly clobbering Milam out of nowhere, which almost ends up to our fate. Though I must say I am still positive Benimaru and the others will suggest a match with Milam, but since it's Milam she'll take it as a pinch of salt and nothing personal. Besides food, what Milam likes the most is fighting. I guess this is good entertainment for her. And I think it is also fine for Milam and Shizu-san to encounter. Who knows how their connection would end up. It is fine for me as long as Milam would not kill her. There are many stalls in the Jura that have been established, including Trainee-san's Snack Jura. Also, this giant bath had huge improvements. There are now goblinas or hobgoblins that can deliver alcohol and snacks while you are soaking. Can you imagine that? How wonderful is that? We also now have a sauna on top of our onsen. Speaking of onsen, it would be great if we can observe something majestic. Like, back in Japan the most popular onsens are the ones where they can observe Mount Fuji. If not, they'll put illustrations of Mount Fuji on their walls. I guess we can build something, but that project will be in the future. Man, I wanted us to have a currency soon. I guess I need trades with other human countries to acknowledge that. For now, I proposed a card that could be used within our city. It just serves like a credit card, I suppose, or a digital currency system. Moreover, it's been now months since the orc battle. Geld and the others now fixed the houses for the orcs to stay. I guess now they can focus on constructing the route to Dworgen. I got nothing to do but mesmerized my thinking on our development. I guess, I just locomoted here, but I think I got sufficiently of steam. As I went outside, I can see Rigurd and the others lined up seated in a rectangular kotatsu. The party is Rigurd, Rigyur, Hikuro, Benimaru, and Soe. I decided to seat on an empty seat beside Rigurd. Hey, Rigurd, how was our agriculture? I think it would be a great time to discuss the states of affairs now that we have cool minds. Understood, the agriculture now was close to using 750 square meter mark. With various crops, that is. Just how many crops are we genetically modifying? About 5 new species of crops are being produced successfully every day. Then we'll cultivate and reproduce those in the agriculture farm. I see, so it's a success, huh? Yes, without a hitch. Also, part of the genetically modified crops are the less probability of getting oxidized. Wait, really? Then that would fix the problem with food waste to the extreme. Yes, as of now, because of the antioxidized property of the crops, only 1 out of 30 crops are getting rotted per day. If we convert that to percentage, it would be a rectified 3% corresponded to Earth, where 3-7% of the crops have gone to waste. Hey, Vesta was the one who come up with antioxidation stuff, right? To my question they each gave a half shrug. Sir Vesta was the one who calculate the scientific stuff. But the one who made the product was Sir Kaigen. Sir Kaigen is leaving the blacksmith time to help out the development team. I see, those two really are the best dwarves I could ask for. I see, then how about the fish pan? The Dragonutes already now is implementing the system of the fish pan in the marshlands and in the Great Ameld River. Now, the food problem was fixed due to fish pans, agriculture crops, and animal manners. The source of water is also resolved now, as expected of Rigurd, leave it to the Prime Minister. Now, we truly resolved the food situation. Shelter and clothing are resolved too. The only goal we should have next is to prosper and think of ways to connect with other nations. At the current moment, we have the full affiliation of Dworgen and a non-aggression agreement with Ruberios, but other than that we have no relation to the human countries. I guess Ellen and the others should be doing my assigned assignments to them by now. Hey, Benimaru and Hikuro, how is our army going? I mean, don't know when is the next adversary is coming, right? With a satisfied nod, Benimaru answered without a concern that we'll lose. Don't worry, the stalwart army of our kingdom is prospering to exponential rate, just as what the agriculture development is achieving. Due to Hikuro's hellish training, each of them is reliable on its own. First, we have the internal elites of Kurenai, we have Geld's High Orcs, Gabble's aerial force of Dragonutes, Gobda's Goblin Riders, and Soe's Shadow Squad. The number is at least 5,000. Oh yeah, about that. How about our intel from the Shadow Squad? How was patrolling going? I asked Soe. He just frigidly reported everything with a closed eye. On it, my team has discovered humans approaching this way. There are 2 parties, one is a party consisting of 4 and the other is a whole armed brigade. There are also merchant humans who now were entering the forest. Merchants, it would be great if we can negotiate with them. Can you confirm they are not hostile? I cannot confirm that, but since merchants are businessmen, I think they are non-hostile. The guards appointed to the merchants are not enough to coerce with us. I think it is just to guard themselves against the monsters in the forest. Then let's watch for now. It would be great to officially start trading with other nations now, but merchants will just do to promote our kingdom to others. It was pretty expensive hiring mercenaries as your guards. I guess I'll ask Vesta and Kaigen about this later. We can appoint guards from safe points to ensure their safety, so I'll do just that. I am not fond of it, but I cannot build a route through the human lands since we don't have a contract with the other player. So securities and safe points through the forest will just do as satisfactory. The 4 humans must be Fuse, Ellen, Kaval, and Guido, and the armed brigade must be Yume's men. Then, Benimaru, do you think we can appoint some of our soldiers to become securities in some safe points of the forest through the west? We need to fix the problem with monster activity anyway, so can we remove the excess monsters from the forest? Both from Dworgen and to the west. Then, I'll dispatch the Kurenai force 300 people on Dworgen and 300 people to the west. They are elite police that only comes out when time needs it, but it's actually a reason for them to laze around. I don't want them to be neglectful, so let's give them some assignments. Dispatch Gobta and his men too, for their development and experience growth in battle. Hakuro proposed. Then that would do it. The monster activity will be fixed and will serve as Gobta and his men's training grounds. It's like killing two birds in one stone. We'll post goblin riders and steered by Kurenai force in patching the monster activity. We cannot really depend too much on the high orcs here, I don't want them to fumble, they are overworked. Understood, they answered simultaneously. Now, that is fixed. I can leave everything to my amazing subordinates, meanwhile all lays around. Lord Rimuru, may I speak? Out of nowhere, Rigurd made an inquiry. Fine, what was it, Rigurd? It's about Lady Milam. Now that Demon Lord Milam professed herself as an ally of the Tempest, it would upset the balance of the Demon Lords. Lady Milam is one of the most powerful Demon Lords out there. No matter how you look at it, there should be some kind of reaction to Demon Lords. Tempest is now becoming the central attention of the economy. Spies and informants will come here and undoubtedly many will recognize Lord Rimuru as an awakened Demon Lord. Then Demon Lords will think I'm just using their name. On top of Milam's protection under us, they'll discover a new Demon Lord is in town. It is two reasons for Demon Lords to attack us. There is also this balance within Demon Lords, so now Milam just gained new buddies and new territory to mess around with. Demon Lords wouldn't sit idly. Especially, Guy Crimson, the overseer of the world, wouldn't sit idly as there is much chaos going around here. Will I fight Guy? Who knows? I also opted to profess myself as a Demon Lord. Well, King Gazel blew my cover anyway. But I also professed myself as one as it would give us a lot more convenience. Example, I could say, I am a slime and later I'll awaken as a Demon Lord. But, let's say I'm a Demon Lord and let them accept already. It would much more easy to build the reputation of a friendly Demon Lord than professing myself later, then the humans will interpret that my reasoning may alter. So I opted to do it this way, but what happens when humans already coexist with us? The answer, news of Demon Lord will spread like a rapid wildfire until it reached the ears of the other Demon Lords. So there is a lot of problems here, there are many parties all acidulate once this news spread. Well, for now, I guess these problems will be fixed by Lord Rimuru and took the responsibility of Lady Milam. Rigurd stammered loudly, he just gave me the burden as heavy as possible. This guy is getting cunning every day, he is getting my characteristics. But now, it looks like I don't have a choice to decline. I took in Milam and Rimuru. Look, wait a moment, Lady Milam, don't go outside. Two ladies came out from the females, Onsen downright unclothed. Milam and Xian, while Shuna is obscuring her parts with decency. The room now becomes rowdy because of Milam. With enough of Shuna's lecture, Milam abided and went back to the onsen while I and the guys are left with blushes. Anyway, let's leave Lady Milam's responsibility to Lord Rimuru. They nodded at the same time. I guess this type of trouble is part of being friends with a Demon Lord, how troublesome. Hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond. Tisk, how tragic. In the end, I do owe a favor to Rimuru, don't I? I don't have a choice but to indicate that. After the spatial transport, I was promptly inducted on my cozy settee. Lady Luminous. Lewis was getting a bother again. Enough, I don't wanna hear it. The defeat handed to me was unpleasant. In the end, who is that guy? The wrangle was unattractive because of the crevice of power. Though I must articulate, I am blessed to have prevailed. I comprehend it, I don't need Lewis to spell it out for me. Give me my drink. Instantly, Roy proceeds to hold my liquor and elegantly poured it into my stemware. While I bitterly finalize my introspections. I took a little sip, but while I ingesting my liquor, Lewis was getting vociferous in the corner. What? Why is that? I didn't give my permission to. This is sacrilege on the name of God Luminous. That's what we heard from him. What's the matter, Lewis? We just returned home, but it's getting cantankerous promptly. Lady Luminous, I just obtained a statement from a church rook. It seems a gigantic operation against Demon Lords is happening. A considerable operation. Are they targeting a Demon Lord or what? Have humans gone crazy? The thing is, they aren't attacking one territory, but they are attacking a lot of territories. A lot. There is no way foolish humans would expend their defense force to take an offensive. Humans are always on defense on Demon Lords and monster activity. Are you saying to me that they are attacking in multiple territories? More surprising is they are moving promptly after the spread of news with the orcs. Foolish humans should just cower in fear and wait for strong people to protect them. Then what is this? A sudden movement against super countries and Demon Lord sovereignties. Yes, the targets are 1. Armed nation of Dworgen. 2. Sorcery dynasty of Sarian. 3. Nazca Namrium Ulmeria United Eastern Empire. 4. The City of Forgotten Dragon. 5. Puppet Nation of Gistov. 6. Farmus Kingdom, and an army of 1,200,000 is stationed in the boundaries of United Western countries. 1,200,000. This is a resource they cannot move without a proper outline. But, I haven't heard of this news even once. But why would Lewis report this to me? The Western Saints Church is one of the backers of this invasion. Hey Lewis, are there a lot of people who know this? We are the first ones. This operation has been set in motion months ago. I see. Do you know who is the ringleader? No, the army has been led by the Western Council. But they aren't the ringleader, they just grasped this opportunity to possibly eliminate threats. There are many pieces that wouldn't fit in this picture. This would cause mankind to go extinct, and the percentage of them winning on multiple super countries are slim. Above all else, humans are weak creatures, they'll always play defensive and diplomatically. Unless they are manipulated, that is. Furthermore, I see no benefit of the Western Council here since demon lords of this generation are surprisingly subdued from their own dominions. The disappearance of that lizard, a new leader of the forest, one who governed the forest now. Can I correlate the Jura to these events? Wait, I get it now. I glared at Lewis and Roy, who seemed to not be able to notice it. Lady Luminous. They are impartially startled by my glare. I am seeing if they can apprehend it. They are not attacking those territories. They are surrounding the Jura forest. What they are attacking is the kingdom of Monster Tempest. To be continued.